Hello, horsers and bronitas of the equestrian wasteland. This is Skybolt, who is even still not dead yet. I guess North Korea was a bit of a failure to launch, and so, we're all doing fine right now. We don't have to escape the hills of California for freaking Nevada or something. No, but it is Sunday morning, and I'm heading to the last day of BABSCon, and I've got to say it was a good con. I've had a great time, especially compared to last year. Last year was the defeat, the Stable Tech is completely over party in almost every real sense of the word, but now it's fully dead and buried, and we are in the middle of writing its eulogy. So that's pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the great experiment trailer that we put online, because we got to use the music. I think plays much better if you've got headphones in. That track from Seventh Element. So he's a good friend of East Corp. It's great to have him working with us a little bit. Have his music. Yeah, so it's a big deal. We're really going to make a full-length documentary. What James and I, when we were talking about this, we both had the same core idea in mind, and that was not sure if who of you have seen it, but it's Waking Sleeping Beauty. It's the documentary about the rebirth of Disney Animation Studios after it sort of died out with Walt Disney and was sort of reshaped from the inside by his nephew and a bunch of the other major players coming up at Disney, mostly from Cal Arts. And really, it's a great documentary for that look inside Disney, because it shows all of the egos, all of the personalities at play, and what happens when, they're all competing for power in a sort of sense. And James and I both got that vibe and that inspiration when we started talking about making the great experiment, as we're calling it, because it really was. It was probably too wieldy from the start to even take on, but even when I started, I was filled with enough hope that we could get a few episodes out there. I know at one point we had the idea of doing it as a mini-series, which I thought would have also been really great, where we had a determined 6 or 8 episodes of the major scenes and major parts from Fallout Equestria, still condensed around the major story elements, and then just a sort of narrative transition at the opening of each episode. And so, obviously I would have put in for myself, but it would have been and so once they met up, they went with the Steel Ranger on some more adventures to finally, meet up with the goddess, or something. I don't know. We would have written it well. I like to think we have had a team of great writers, and obviously, we're still a team of great writers, even though I wasn't on that team at the time. But I thought that could have been cool. But no, Stable Tech, it was never meant to be. So that's going to be coming at some point. I know I put in the video description late summer, and I do want to try to make that happen as much as possible. It's something different we haven't quite done before, and it is going to be, like I said, feature length. We have a lot to say. Just James and I are probably going to be 2 hours, and then we've got all the other interviews and all the other interstitial clips and things that we're going to put throughout. So God, who knows how long it's going to be. But we're going to do our damnedest to make it as professional as possible and approachable, so all the Fallout Equestria fans, even those who don't watch our stuff, can watch it and get closure, or if they've never even heard of Stable Tech Studios, just watch it and get the enjoyment out of it as a documentary. Because I know we're going to make it as broadly appealing as possible, sort of as not a cautionary tale, but sort of that, where it shows everything that can go wrong within an amateur, by the proper sense, fan animation studio, or any kind of big fan production, and just what can go wrong. So yeah, that's going to be coming soon. Confessions episode 6 is also coming soon. We have almost all the audio done. I just haven't had the chance to edit anything because last month has been preparing for this and also a lot of real life BS with my job, and so hopefully I'll get this new job worked out and I can be settled in by the summer somewhere back in Sacramento, but we'll see about that. Either way, I want, and we've got most of the art done as well, so that is coming. But yeah, so back to the con. It was, I feel like we're reaching the brony plateau here, where the people that are still left at the moment are the ones who are like, they're, quote unquote, always going to be the bronies. They're always going to be around and hanging out at these cons, and they're the settled, established fan base. That's the vibe I'm getting from BABSCon anyway, and just the fandom in general. I think we'll have another little peak maybe with the MLP movie because obvious reasons, but yeah, I think right around here is is where it's going to settle, and I'd argue that it's about, I don't know, maybe half or a third of the size of like peak bronydom, which I would put somewhere, I don't know, probably after season 2 or something. That felt like peak bronydom when all the cons were maxing out in 2013, and I don't know. That's maybe that's just me. That's from one of them older bronies who've been watching the show since the end of season 1. So, oh my God, how long that has been. My channel is almost 5 years old at this point. That's fudging insane, and Jesus, I can't believe that. What are you guys saying here? Secretly, oh yeah, James is in the chat, of course. Yes, and of course we have Terminal Secrets forecasting going on now, so you guys got to hop on that because that's going to be a fun story. And then for later confessions too, we have one major male and female role that we're going to be auditioning for. So if your voice identifies as a guy or a gal, look out for that and audition for that, and we'll see what happens. It should be fun when we get to those stories. I guess I don't have a determined endpoint for that yet, but we'll see what happens. I know the stream yesterday got cut off. You only missed like 1 or 2 questions when my phone died. But one of them, I'm not sure if it was in there, was would we ever take on something as big as Project Horizons? And that was the first time we'd ever been questioned about not having enough of something. I was like, enough people bitch about Confessions length. I'm like, I don't think we'll ever be able to do Project Horizons in any sense, not even as a radio play, because even Project Horizons doesn't have a full audiobook with it. Oh my gosh. So that was hilarious. But yeah, it's been a fun convention. I can't wait for next year and maybe a few other cons. We'll see what happens, but I don't think Brodydom is quite dead yet. I think at least 2018, one more solid year, and hopefully should finish Confessions and some other stuff by then, and we'll see how things go. It's sort of part of the fun. It's the magic of friendship and the creativity, and I guess there's rumors that Hasbro, they want to do a trilogy of the movies, so there's at least that, like, a few more seasons and a trilogy of the proper movies rather than the Equestria Girls. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, today's more or less a chill day. I'll probably break before or right at closing ceremonies because I'm exhausted and I gotta do some other stuff this weekend too. So it's been a good time though, and I'm definitely gonna miss it. So they're all, you're always like peak energy with cons, and it's just it's always sad the week afterwards when you don't have that high. You're not surrounded by all that energy anymore. But anyway, I think I will go, and yeah, we'll talk to you all later on. We should have the full video of the con up at some point soon too, with like everything spliced in like I like to do, and of course more of everything else coming down the road. So goodbye guys, talk to you soon.